Hey guys. Rob, what happened to the email? Rob, you're supposed to email me. You and Ray were supposed to email me. What happened? What happened to the email, Rob? What happened to the email? He said he didn't type quick enough. You didn't see the chat anymore? Oh, okay. Come on, y'all. Come on, hit the link. Perspective, Ashley. Come on, hit the link. 'Cause I can't stay on too long. I gotta go to bed. You still there? Though? Okay. Okay, hello. Rob, there's some good stuff that was in it, and I'm gonna give you a brief synopsis of it. All those that have hit the like button, I thank you guys. I apologize that you guys got penalized for people being nasty.
Can you hear some kind of noise in my background?
No, I hear you loud. Let me turn it down. Let me turn it down.
No, I thought because I had the YouTube was playing in the background at first. Hi y'all. How's it going? Is Ashley coming up?
All right, I'm waiting for Ashley. Ashley, where are you? Control B. Control B.
Rob, you better notate the email now this time before you go today, just so you have it.
Yes, Rob.
I tried to come back for you.
She didn't want to leave you behind.
No man left behind.
No, thank you, Dorothy. Dorothy, thank you. Here's what's gonna happen, y'all. Listen, because I work hard to get in those kind of information, and when people come in here, suck up information and not hit the like button, hitting the like button doesn't cost anything. It doesn't cost anything because you're sitting here getting information that's privileged that you other people don't have. And I know they don't have it because they didn't go and purchase the transcript. I did. So the least you can do is show me a thank you by hitting the like button, you know? But we're
E-
not.
Even if you have an issue with Infamous, you coming over here to get the information, so you like that. So I mean, show appreciation.
But I apologize to those who did hit the like button, who didn't get the opportunity to come behind stage and hear it. And let me tell y'all something, it was good.
It was good. It was damn good. She always good.
It was when I tell y'all there's some prizes that she's doing, it was good and it was discussed in the motion in the transcript. It was discussed.
I'm happy that Rob has somebody who actually finally cares, and she's doing the work.
Yeah, yeah.
She's doing the work. Everything that we suspect or have suspected, she's bringing almost to fruition.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
It was really good. You guys I'm serious. You guys really missed it because I stopped at page 8. We had all the way to page 18. So that's 10 pages you guys missed out. 10 pages. 10 pages.
Hi, Toria. Rob says he could tell when it's good news by the tone in your voice. You should have heard her getting all giddy in the back room.
Oh my God, it was
She
good.
started giggling like a little kid.
We started clapping
Exactly.
on one part, did we not?
It was explosive.
And we're not just saying it to tease you. We're saying it because it's actually What happened?
But we teasing a little bit. No, I'm just playing.
It was good. Look, Vivian said 10 good pages. Hey, they left the nugget for the end.
Well, know what's funny? I actually have to go back and watch the beginning because I had came in late.
Uh-huh.
So I have to go back and make up for the part that I missed. I came in and got the 10 pages. Ooh. But the end was bomb.
It was.
I'm
Are
just
we going to tell
excited
a
for
little
what's
bit?
to come.
Huh?
Should we
I'm just
tell them a
excited
little
for
bit?
what's to come.
Should, okay, those who was in it, what do y'all think? You think we should tell a little bit? Because there's only 31 people in here right now. How much lights do we have? Much lights do we have?
27.
Oh, they did good. Y'all doing very, very good. So we can share a little bit with you guys.
Just a tidbit.
Huh? Just a tidbit? Okay.
It's only 3 haters.
Uh-oh. Here come a guy. Yes, sir.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, we can't hear you.
What's going on? Y'all hear me?
You
Living with the Mahans.
Hey, hand.
The Mayhans.
you
Okay.
kind of
Hey,
low. You kind of
man.
low.
Boy, what's going
You're
on?
low.
Y'all doing tonight?
You're very low.
Hold on.
Okay.
Y'all hear me now?
I hear you.
That's better.
All right.
Maybe it's just me. I can't hear him too well.
How you doing?
I'm pretty good. How about y'all self, man?
We're
We
good.
all
Where are
right.
you? Where are you from?
Blessed.
Me, I'm from Alabama, but I reside in
Michigan?
YouTube myself.
Do you pay attention to the case?
Hey, okay.
He breaking he breaking up.
I'm breaking up.
No, I don't hear him too well. I hear you well, but I don't hear him too well.
You are going in and out.
He, me, or him?
No, he is.
I can hear him
What,
perfectly fine.
what
He's
case y'all
going in
talking
and
about?
out. You hear
Yeah,
what he said now?
he's not for me. Chat, can you guys hear him?
What case y'all talking about?
We talk about the R. Kelly case. Do you want to talk about it?
Oh, I don't know nothing about no Kelly case.
No?
Nah,
Well, what do you think about the R. Kelly situation? You came into an R. Kelly chat, so
I
we
mean,
need to
look,
figure out whether you need to be here.
honestly, man, I think the whole case is, I'm saying, I think it's bullshit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that man probably got kids of his own. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why the fuck he do something? I mean,
Okay, so they are saying you are breaking up.
See,
Uh,
you don't hear. We don't hear him. He's just breaking up. He sounds like he's far away.
I,
I can hear him, but when he starts talking now, it is breaking a little.
But you're
want me to,
very
want me,
loud. Perspective.
I'm loud.
want me to come back?
Yes, please. Can you go out and come back in and see if it's better for everyone?
Yeah, yeah. No, no.
Okay.
You guys want to update and school somebody and bring somebody new?
You must have a headphone on because you loud.
I don't. Here, I'll turn it down. Is that better? Better.
Much better.
Okay. So, were we about to talk about the case? Perspective me is very, very loud and distorted.
Yeah, she is. This is she. You are
Folks
loud.
have their volume turned down because yours is so loud. That's why they can't hear. I'm sorry. Well, dang, I don't know how to turn mine down.
You sound terrible.
Okay, I'm gonna go out and come back in.
Okay.
Now can y'all hear me?
I
You're
can hear
close.
you.
But no, man. Honestly, I think the whole situation fucked up, man. You know what I mean? This man probably got like, you know what I'm saying, millions and
But
millions and millions of dollars. Patience
we're
fucked
living
up.
with mans. This is a like a Christian based channel. We don't curse too much here.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, it's okay. You didn't know. He left. I didn't mean for him to leave. He said, "I'm sorry." Boop.
Living with the Mayhens, you can come back. You just gotta reduce the cursing. Substitute the words.
Use more vocabulary words.
I'm just proud of Bojine. Like that was an awesome,
Yeah,
awesome
it was
transcript.
really good, y'all. Let me go back to where we left off. Where we left off, we were talking. Bojine was basically, um, well, the judge asked her what did she want to discuss first, whether then she wanted to talk about the production of the government discovery with the Tasha K thing,
Hmm.
and the government was basically saying that no one actually, none of the witnesses for the government actually had um, access to Mr. Kelly's email or anything like that. But we know that's a lie because Tasha K, when she played it, Azriel did get a whiff of it. Did she not, y'all?
She did.
Say that question again. Am I still loud, you guys?
You sound weird, but you,
You sound close.
yeah, like
Maybe it's because I'm on my laptop as opposed to my phone like normal.
just back away from your laptop. Back away.
Well, I'm gonna have to grab my glasses then, cause I sure can't see. Y'all playing?
You supposed
Hold
to
on.
wear your glasses anyway. You supposed to be wearing your glasses anyway.
All right.
Yeah, now you sound good.
I'm putting the laptop on the other side of the bed and trying to back up that far and see if that works.
But you're good now. You're fine now. You see everybody
Okay.
saying you're fine?
Okay. What was your question, Sylvia?
My question was, what did you guys, if you want to discuss, what did you guys think about um, what the government said in regarding to the reason why they don't feel that, well, they're going to comply anyway. They said they're going to comply with the judge's request, but they want at least 2 weeks to comply on that part.
They don't have anything.
But remember, she was saying that none of the government witnesses saw the email or anything correspondence, but we know that's
So
a lie.
this was in the first part, right,
The first,
of your reading before I came in.
no, no, no. This is the part where no, no, no. This is where back the back room.
Well, dang, I missed stuff even while I was back there.
Remember, he asked about the production of the um the evidence. You know, how much time did they need to produce it? And they said they will comply with the judge request
Within a week.
within 2 weeks. That part was 2 weeks. The first one, the severance was 1 week.
Okay.
Hmm.
Y'all are gonna have to chalk it to the game how I missed some stuff because I don't know where I was. I don't know where I was.
Okay,
So
but
basically, the government tried to say that they didn't utilize any of the stuff that Tasha K was putting out there.
no, she's saying that none of their witnesses actually saw what Tasha K put out.
Well, we know that's a lie.
We know that. That's a lie.
That's
Yep.
a full lie. Um, she specifically say that Azriel was given that information? She specifically said, I showed his daughter the communication between her and Jocelyn.
That's what Larry said.
Yeah, that's what she said. So we know that's a full lie.
And Tasha K said it too.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you want to give them a little bit tidbit? What else? You want to give them the
I
bomb?
mean, the bombshell is the bombshell. That's the part everyone should be excited about. So, do you want to give up that?
Do you want to drop? What do you think, Ashley? Do you want to drop the bomb?
I want to get the likes up before we drop the bomb.
What
Y'all
are the
trying.
likes looking at?
It's like 48 of y'all watching, 33 likes. We can at least get it up by 35 to 40.
They don't have the likes up, really, guys. Really, really. They're just that hateful.
They must not want to know.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. That's what the bomb said.
Hey,
Come on. Anybody have questions?
Anybody want to
Hard
quit?
to ask questions when they don't know what happened, huh?
Yeah.
no, they can ask questions about what we released.
Oh, thank you, Zeobog. Was it Zeobog?
He says he only has one like to give.
Oh, one like to give.
The soap opera.
I like that one. Like to give. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the like.
Oh, we got up to 38.
Can we
So
get two
y'all do
more so
want
we
to
get
know
to
a little
40?
bit.
Okay, so we got 51 in the chat. So let me, the ones that just came in, could you just go ahead and hit the like? Because what we're gonna do, we're gonna drop you the bomb. What we heard in reading the transcript. The transcript gives you a detail exactly what happened in court. Since we're not able to listen anymore. Oh,
Hmm.
we got 51. Did we get 51 likes? No, it's just 51 in the
No,
chat. We used to put 51. I don't know why she put 51.
I still see 38, but I could be tripping. Let's do a refresh.
He said
Ooh.
what's good for kills. This is what's good for kills. Hit the like button. We'll tell you what's good for kills. Thank you, Toria. We need one more so we can get that 40. See, earlier I was reading the transcript, right? And I asked for the likes to be pushed up. And we didn't get the likes. So I'm like the kid, the spoiled kid that takes the ball home because they don't want to play right. A little kid be like, I'm gonna take my ball home. You can't take my
I have the goods, and you want to play, so you're going to be nice to me, okay?
It's more
ball.
like you want to play, follow the rules.
They don't want the rules.
I have a lot of questions. So, did the judge just ignore the motion to dismiss or the new trial? And are they going to send this man to prison when they know people lied on him? I'm really pissed.
Sean, this is not that one. This is the Illinois one that we was reading. That's the Illinois one. And I do have information on that too, but I can't give you all that information.
You just want to tease everybody.
Yes. For the meanness that they have treated me, how they treated me so bad. How mean they are to me. Y'all been very mean.
That's
Very
kind of a good discussion topic. You don't want to talk about it, Sylvia? His question?
oh sure, we could talk about his question. Well, they did not talk about that. That was not the case for the dismissal of the new trial. That's not that one. You're talking about the New York one.
We have 40 likes now, but
Okay, okay. Let's discuss the bomb. Well, we found out that what did we just find out? What's
oh,
one?
you want one of us to drop it?
Yeah, I want one of you guys to drop it. Let's look at this one.
There's a video forensic person. Whoop, whoop. Somebody's gonna dig into those videos to prove that they're phony and fake and fraudulent.
Cha-cha.
Yay! Yay! We just dropped that one, a little tidbit information. He was hired, and what they got to do is they have to submit their CV for that person so the government could give them a clearance, because they said it's dealing with child pornography, so therefore they have to keep it very secure type of thing. Yay!
Yay! And so you guys have to keep this in mind and pass this good old news. I'm
Look,
sorry, is it loud again, Z-Ball?
yeah, yeah, you acting weird now.
Oh,
You got excited.
She's so loud.
I'm sorry.
That was some good news, though, to be excited about.
What I was going to say was now people have to keep it in mind. This is the defense requesting that there's a video forensic. That should tell everybody that this tape is fraudulent because no person in their right mind would ask for a video to be looked into like that if they were guilty. This is him himself saying this tape is fake.
Exactly.
This tape is fake
Fake.
because everything that is found out has to go to the prosecution.
Yeah,
This tape is fake.
they have no objection to the expert coming in.
He said it was so cute and quiet. I missed it.
No, what happened? Let me tell you. We were here earlier reading, and I asked them to hit the like button, right? And they refused to hit the like button. So I was like a spoiled little kid. I took my ball home. Yep, I took it home.
And a few of us was at the house chilling. So
And while some of us was listening, trying to pay attention, some of those in the last live wanted to take away likes. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they took the likes away. They were being mean to me. Zoe Bog. How do you say that? Zoe Bog.
Zoidbog.
Zoe, they were being mean to me. So I took my ball and I went home. I said, "No, you can't play."
You can't play with my ball unless you're going to follow the rules.
And they're gonna be like, "Oh, she is so petty." Yes, I am very petty. I look because I paid for that transcript. You know what I'm saying?
The prosecutor should have validated all evidence where they get their law license. You should have had the tape authenticated before they used it against him.
Some people are lazy, though. Some people feel like they have it all in the bag and they want to run with it just to find out later on it wasn't how it's supposed to be in the beginning.
I don't think that the prosecution would do something that could possibly work against themselves. They feel like they have the evidence because they have people's word of mouth.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's. But look, y'all. The other thing, they don't want a severance. McDavid doesn't want to go by. Remember before that he was like wanted to separate himself from Rob's case. No, you don't want to do that now.
And that's
You don't
because
want it.
Jennifer is throwing them blows, them elbows at him every which way. She's putting it out there that he's a crook, he was
Yep,
stealing, and
yep.
honestly, all of these charges, like he was fully in control of Rob's money, so it falls on him, not Rob.
And then she also talked about the tape itself, more the we know with the other part of the tape, like them going to get the tape, right? Well, it was that part. I gotta read it
She
again.
said something in the effects of she didn't want it to be a tit for tat and Daryl McDavid trying to throw Robert under the bus because they're fighting on who was more involved. And that's why they need to severance. Something to that effect. Not word for word. Don't take me verbatim, you guys.
I can give you word for word, but you gotta get my likes up.
Yeah, we
We at
30. Look, we
46.
30 down now. They need to get them up anyway.
Oh, we at
Is 71
47
people?
right now. 71 watching.
What?
55 people. Come on, let's get it up.
They coming, they crawling up in here now, trying to get some, suck up the information that we have.
Please, as you come in, hit that like button because
We're
we're
not
watching
asking
the
for
like
your
button.
firstborn. We're just asking for a like.
There's 49, Rob.
Up 50.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank y'all
Thank you,
so
guys.
much.
Thank you.
And ta to
Okay.
whoever who left.
Somebody that left? Okay, let me go ahead on and tell y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna go to that part.
Okay.
Read that part for y'all. Which part should I be reading?
I would say somewhere within the last 5 pages because that's where it got,
Juicy?
real.
Juicy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on, yeah. Hold on. You see, I'm giving up my sleep for y'all. The least you could do is hit the like button. 'Cause I need to be in the bed, get ready for work tomorrow.
Zoe Bog podcast got me whispering sweet nothings and stuff. This is not my voice. I guess I'm just normally a loud person.
We're not complaining. It's just hard to
Service
hear.
should be service should be and do that in the restaurant. Get my tips up and give you
What you read?
I'm reading Zoe Bond message.
Get your tips up, and I'll give you a menu.
I
Hey
Bad.
like that.
guys.
Y'all know I'm in the restaurant industry. I like that right there.
Okay, you ready guys? All right, you said right around the fifth, right to the end, almost the end.
Yeah.
Okay, hold
Yeah,
on.
within the last 5 pages, you said? Yeah.
Oh, they're trying to figure out how they're gonna do the courtroom when they go for the trial. They want to know what the protocol is going to be as far as and how long the case is going to be. So the government says it's going to take them about 3 weeks. So total about 4 weeks for the case. And McDavid's attorney said he's going to have a lot of witnesses for McDavid. And they also talked about Jensen. Oh, okay. Let's go. Okay, let's see. What you typing? Perspective. Your fingers.
Tutoria. How you know it was me?
I can see your face moving.
Oh,
Okay. I like when the judge said, did you say hi to him?"
right. Because he
That
did
was too
plead
cute.
his case.
He said, "Did you even say hi to him?"
So what Sylvia's talking about is the Daryl McDavid's other attorney who could possibly have a conflict of interest. He's claiming that he never really spoke or met Robert, but Robert says he was around.
But he never spoke to him either. So then the judge asked, "Well, did you even say hello to him?"
Yeah, like,
And
did you
he
say
said,
hi? And his response was like, maybe a head nod. Maybe I said hi. So you don't know? How do you not know?
and then he said he didn't get any information from the because when they first had the first trial, he was in the eighth grade, and by the time he started working there, he was a sophomore in college.
Irregardless of whether he spoke with him or not, he worked in an office where he probably had to do briefs and look through the paperwork to help the lawyer because he was interning.
And let me tell you
Exactly.
something. Dallas interned for a law firm before. She said they used to sit around just read the cases, just being nosy.
Yeah, when you're
Especially
interning, you do the hard work. Not really the hard work, but you do
The
free
research.
labor. You do free labor. I
and
utilize my interns for
and
sure.
you, and you sit
Everything
there.
I don't want to do.
Yeah, they were reading all the cases, especially when they saw celebrities case. They'll go in there and start reading it to see what's going on in the case. And I guarantee you that guy probably did the same thing that Dallas and her friends did when they were working in a law firm.
Exactly.
Exactly.
They would sit there in the closet, where the file cabinet was, and go look up all kinds of cases.
Hmm.
And the thing about it is, in most of those law firms, there's no lock. Like, you have access.
Yeah, especially as an
As
intern.
you have
Yeah, you have
permission to
access.
be in that area, you have access.
So even though they're trying to say, well, we can get other people to cooperate my story that I was never around him, that still does not mean that you were not in his paperwork.
Yeah,
Who can cooperate that?
yeah. Nobody can. You could have snuck in late at night.
Nobody but God.
All right, let's see.
Toria said, I worked in my uncle's law firm every summer growing up, and I read all of his cases being nosy. See?
Mhm.
See?
One more amen.
I know, look, when I was doing my intern for some of the places I had to go work inside, prisons and other places, man, I was all up in those files. So, I mean, when you're in a place like that, you just gonna be nosy.
So which
Same.
way do you
Like,
want to
I've
do?
done it too. Honestly, and it's not that hard to get into those areas, regardless if you have permission or not.
And they also took a statement. The clerk took a statement because he was the officer of the court. So therefore, he took a statement from them, from Mr. Goldsman.
It
Well, she
sounds
did
like there
say,
might be a chance that he perjured himself.
yeah, that would be funny because most likely if she's asking, it's because she knows something. But she did say she wasn't necessarily trying to get him off of the case, but she wanted to what? Just put this on file?
Yep, on record.
Yep.
Yeah, I would take a peek if it was a famous person. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, let's read the part where the government said they will comply with the judge's request. The first part. Did we read that in here in the front part?
I honestly feel like I missed this part, so it might. You said it was in the back room, but are we sure? I think that might have been in the front before I came.
Because I stopped at page 10. No, page 8 I stopped at. Page 8 is where I stopped, and it's where they started talking about Mr. Jensen. So
Yeah.
I was behind the scene, then we went back there. Okay, let me go ahead and give you what it says. Mr. Kelly checked in with Mr. Jensen on numerous legal matters in the year that followed. You know how else we know it? Ed Jensen admitted to it in a newspaper article where he said, I kept him out of trouble for 10 years. That would suggest that he was acting as a lawyer, keeping him out of trouble. And during those 10 years, can you mute Miss Perspective?
Yes. Sorry.
Because I keep hearing the echo. Thank you, ma'am. Her equipment over there. I kept him out of trouble for 10 years. That would suggest that you were acting as a lawyer, keeping him out of trouble. During those 10 years, Mr. Goldman was working for Mr. Jensen. Now, to me, that raises the possibility that maybe Mr. Goldsman, the potential privileged information that could be used against Mr. Kelly at a joint trial that might be beneficial for Mr. McDavid, but not so beneficial as to Mr. Kelly. It also raises the possibility that there is a duty of loyalty being violated. I'm not moving for Mr. Goldsman to be disqualified or anything that of that nature, but I am raising it to bring it to the attention of the court. And it is meant to despair. It is not meant to spare anybody, but it is unquestionable as to Mr. Kelly's own affidavit set out that yes, he continued his attorney-client relationship with Mr. Edginson, with Edginson. That makes some sense, and I think Mr. McDavid knows it as well. So we have that the severance for Mr. McDavid's piece of the motion, and that the court is, I assume, aware that we also moved to sever the counts related to the other minors not related to minor one. Minor one counts for the child pornography count and the conspiracy of to obstruct count, as well as the conspiracy and receiving child pornography. They all center around minor one. And I get why those counts should be joined together. But to tack on four other minors there where there's no video evidence, I wouldn't get into the credibility of those women at that moment. But to tack those on, I think is highly prejudicial and makes it impossible for Mr. Kelly to defend those counts because the evidence against count one, two, and three is video evidence. It's far stronger. His so he's in a very difficult position in defending those other allegations of these other four minors, which our position is should be severed from the rest of the counts. Then the judge says, "Y'all, mods, get them, mods." Then the good judge asked the government to respond. And then the government says, "Yes, Your Honor, the government's position is that we oppose the motion on all the bases asserted. We are asking a week to put the opposition in writing." See, I told you the second part is a week, the first part is 2 weeks. You got it? Got it, perspective? I love messing with perspective.
Leave me alone, Sylvia.
Okay. As to the conflict of interest with Mr. McDavid, response indicated that Mr. Goldman would be willing to provide an affidavit that may clarify some of the issues, and the government would be interested in reviewing and that incorporating that into its submission if the court were so inclined to order that. But as to all the bases asserted, the government opposes it and will submit its writing and lay out more fully why there's absolutely no basis for a severance in this matter. Then the judge asked for Mr. Brintley. Judge, this is Mr. Brintley talking. Judge, having reviewed it in detail and we have filed our own response, my initial reaction, big picture reaction, that are um, that that a potential conflict of interest has never been a grounds to sever. I've never heard of that. If there was a potential conflict of interest, which there not, we would need to deal with that sort of like the government suggested, and as we would deal with, but it's not a basis for severance. So I don't know what it really has to do with anything. Normally, it would be the government that would be coming to me with this. He's mad because Jennifer's coming to him to talk about the severance. um, I don't really, he says, I don't really, I really don't think that has any parts in this motion. Mr. Goldsman would be happy to provide an affidavit for the government's purpose to establish that he has had no conversation, information, or no awareness of any further consultation with Mr. Kelly and between Mr. Kelly and Mr. Jensen. So I think that part of it is not is has got nothing to do with severance, and we set it aside. And quite frankly, I don't have a strong position on whether the two defendants are severed based on what I've read. But under the law, antagonistic defense does not constitute a ground for severance. That's why we couldn't even consider such a thing when when we were doing filing on this. And I think Your Honor even mentioned that to Mr. Greenberg earlier when he said something along these lines. And based on that, I just don't know what the merit of this motion is. I don't see it. And if they want to accuse Mr. McDavid of stealing from Mr. Kelly and they think that helps his defense, I'll be happy to address that in trial. That doesn't bother me. I object to it if necessary, but I really, for from our perspective, we're not asking for severance. And quite frankly, the bases that have been raised, I don't I just don't see those as really being things in which severance could be granted in the circumstances of this case. So that's how we feel about it. Now, if there is a serious question about his conflict matter and whether Mr. Jensen has continuing relationship with Mr. Kelly, he submitted an affidavit. There could be a hearing on that. But I do believe there are witnesses from Mr. Jensen's staff that will be able to wholeheartedly contradict Mr. Kelly has claimed now. But I hope we don't have to do that. But we will if we need to. Here's the judge says, all right. So the government wants to respond in writing. Is that correct? Is that right? Miss Appen, Appleton says, yes, Your Honor, just 1 week. And the clerk said, Mr. Goldsman is on the call. Can you state what you would be putting in your affidavits, Mr. Goldsman? You're an officer of the court, so I will take your statement as an officer of the court, which is a good or better than an affidavit. And Mr. Goldman says, Your Honor, I began working for Mr. Jensen's office in 2012, and I worked for as a law clerk for another attorney, Mr. Gillespie, not Mr. Jensen. I started working directly with Mr. Jensen in June 2013 as a law clerk, which is 5 years. Sorry, 5 years after the acquittal. I couldn't have worked on this case when he first got indicted. I was graduating I was graduating 8th grade, and when he got acquitted, I was a sophomore in college. There were conversation about the case, that is why a victory, but not nothing that was, I'm sorry, that it was a victory, but nothing that could have been privileged. I've never met Mr. Kelly aside from courtroom once he got indicted. I never talked to him. I don't believe I have any information that would be privileged from Mr. Kelly as it relates to that case. Your Honor, the judge says, is that acceptable, government? Is that what you're looking for? That's what the judge says. The government says, Your Honor, I believe in Mr. David. I believe in Mr. McDavid's response. Mr. Goldman also indicated that Mr. Goldman has no possession of any privileged communication and has acquired any or had acquired any privileged communication or confidential communication. And to that matter, Mr. Brintley perhaps can recall what was actually written in the response, but there was something in effect that Mr. Goldsman, separate and apart from the state trial, there was no he did not acquire any privilege or confidential communication related to Mr. Kelly's attorney-client relationship with Mr. Jensen. Now here's Brintley. Judge, that is the crux of what we wrote in the motion. But, and I think Mr. Goldsman can address that specifically now. That is definitely our position. He doesn't have any privileged information whatsoever from the time of the trial or any time thereafter, provided by Mr. Kelly or related to Mr. Kelly. Sorry, I'm yawning. Sorry about that. Mr. Goldman said, Your Honor, from what I remembered, Mr. Jensen didn't like to text or email, so I couldn't imagine I've had anything in writing from him from Mr. Kelly. If I never talked to Mr. Kelly, if I ever talked to Mr. Kelly on a cell phone while I worked with him, I wouldn't know that. I know I've never seen Mr. Kelly in our office, and when I was there, I never talked to him directly. The judge says, So, you have ever had a conversation? Have you ever had a conversation with Mr. Kelly personally where he said hello or you said hello or anything along that line? All the way up to having some kind of legal position? Have you ever had any conversation with Mr. Kelly whatsoever? And Mr. Goldman says, I don't believe I've talked to him. I might have said hi to him in a courtroom after the indictment if we were standing there, but I've never talked to him. I think even his affidavit said he didn't talk to me. The judge says, So the most you could have said to him, maybe say hi or hello, nice to meet you, Mr. Kelly, or something along those lines? Mr. Goldman said, I don't think it would have been, it might have been more of a head nod, if anything, the judge says. Okay, all right, thank you. And then the government will respond in a week. Miss Bonjean, do you want a response a week later? Sure, Judge. All right. The court will rule, Miss Abigail said. Your Honor, the government has two other matters we'd like to address if if it's appropriate. Fine, the judge says. The parties, the government confer with the parties prior to the call and jointly, and the government would request that the parties do not object to any additional week for the parties to file their motion in limine, specifically June 13th with a response date, remaining the same as remaining the same as well as remaining. Huh? Remaining the same as well as remaining? What the heck is that? That doesn't make sense. The trial date remained the same, so the response date being July 5th and keeping the same date for the trial. Okay, so the judge says, okay, is that acceptable, Miss Bogine? And Miss Bogine said, it is, Judge. I'll be struggling to meet that deadline regardless, but actually, I'm actually on trial in Los Angeles right now. I have opening statement in about an hour in the court here. The court is already aware of the pressure on me having come in so late in the case. And obviously, my professional obligation that existed prior to this still exists, but I have no objection. And I will do my very best to comply with the deadline. I have also I have also had Mr. Kelly's sentencing hearing in Eastern District at the end of this month. So assuming I'm alive, I will definitely try to meet that obligation. And then the judge says, "When is Mr. Kelly's sentencing currently set?" And then Mrs. Bogine says, "June 29th, Your Honor." Then the judge says, "Thank you. Thank you all." Then Miss Abigail said, "Your Honor." Mr. Brentley said, "Your Honor." And then the judge said, "Excuse me. Go ahead, Mr. Appigan. Um, Your Honor, just one more issue we would like to raise with the court. With this regarding COVID protocol for the upcoming trial, two things. One, we wanted to confirm whether our trial date has been confirmed by the committee and whether we have a court set up to accommodate three defendant with their counsel as well as U.S. Marshal for defendant Kelly as well as the court staff. And perhaps we can talk about this in the next hearing as well as the COVID protocol that um, the court would require in place as we're beginning to meet with the witnesses and other people in our office so that we can, make them aware of their testing procedures and all of the other stuff. If, Your Honor, you're not asking that we maybe need to discuss this right now, but if that's the next hearing, we could set some time to do that. Then it just says, "Well, Mel, did you get the courtroom assignment?" And then Mel says, "Unfortunately, Judge, we do not have a court assigned at this time. If I may ask the party for a time frame of the trial," Miss Appigan said, "at least 3 weeks. That's not including what we anticipated to be a little bit longer jury selection process." Then Mr. Brentley says, "That's it. Is that counting just the government's case from the 3 weeks, or are you taking into account time for the defense case? That's what I'm wondering." Ms. Abigail said, "The government's case." Then Mr. Brentley says, "Okay, Judge, we're going to have fairly extensive defense on behalf of Mr. McDavid involving the presentation of Mr. McDavid's defense, certainly whether Mr. Kelly is going to put on. So I think if the government needs 3 weeks, we should plan for four to be safe." Bonjean said, "Yes, Judge. I think that's correct." Then it just said, "If we start the case, we'll finish it." And then Brentley said, "Did he just say if we start the case?" Well, he said if we start the case. I didn't see that before. He said if we start the case. Uh-oh. Did y'all hear that? If we
I
start.
like it. I like
We didn't,
it.
we didn't hear that before.
No, we didn't. If we
Yeah,
start the case, if we start, finish the sentence. If we start the case,
Then we
yeah,
finish it.
please.
am I loud again?
Yeah, you know.
You good on my end,
What you said, Ash?
ma'am?
What you say?
I was telling her she's good on my end.
Oh, okay. Hi, Janice. She says she's on break. Hello, everyone. Shout out to the mods.
Hey,
Woo
Hey,
Janice.
woo.
Janice.
Well, that's a good sign. We
He
see,
said,
see.
if we start the case. We didn't even hear that before.
Nope, that's the little tidbits that give us all the glory
If.
and hope.
He said, if we start the. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm gonna get on that
Persistence,
one.
focus, prayer.
Because I'm getting sleepy. Yeah, I'm getting like delirious. If we start the case, he said, if. That's a good sign right there.
Auntie, there's something I want to discuss with you a little later.
Okay. All right. I think that was it. I want to read because I'm getting sleepy. I'm getting delirious now. I'm getting delirious. Let's get delirious.
Well, those of you who came in and liked got us up to 63 troopers. Appreciate it.
All
Those
right,
of
good
you who
night.
didn't,
I'm good. I'm starting. She's getting tired and being three people at one. Rob, I'm getting so sleepy right now. Yeah, I'm so sleepy. I'm so sleepy. I get back with y'all tomorrow when it sounds better. But I'm sleepy.
Good night.
Yeah. Good night, good
good
people.
night.
I can't even be my like amped hype self because you guys are saying I'm loud.
Go ahead, be hype. I'm about
This
to go.
toned down person is not me. No,
I'm
I
sleepy.
don't like it. Nope, it's cool. It's too late. There's always tomorrow. I get to be loud in the chat.
Tomorrow. Always. Okay, yeah, I'm
I
getting
had no
delirious.
complaints. Perspective.
Yeah, you know something? Y'all go ahead and talk. Let me just mute myself and go to sleep.
That's what you
No,
did the last time.
I wanted to talk. Sean, you still in the chat? I wanted to talk about his questions so everybody can talk about it.
What was his question?
Mommy, go night night. Go night night. My baby told me I have to go to sleep.
That's a sign.
He said so.
I think he's sleepy. He ready to go to bed.
He is. I told you he's mean. He doesn't want to go to bed unless I go to bed.
Look, tell him mommy's coming night night because he'll be going night night too.
Okay.
I feel just like he feels like that. I feel like I'm about to pass out. So sleepy. I'm so sleepy.
Well, then
All
Jaden
right.
said night night, y'all. So good night.
Good night.
Thank you, guys. Good
Bye.
night. Good night, y'all. Good night. Good night. Good night,
Oh,
y'all.
yeah. Saying bye.
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 Okay.
All right, guys. Later. Bye.